what we're seeing is there's probably more so now than for a long time, the number of different investors that are looking to participate in ag. I think we've certainly got a group of investors that are out there at the moment that are looking at food security. They often have a smaller population that is heavily reliant on importing certain commodities, and so we're certainly seeing those guys definitely more active in the market at the moment. But then we do have the private equity style investment at the moment that is looking for that really interesting opportunity that's going to outperform the market. And often what we're seeing in those types of investors is they're looking for something where it's a transformation or it's a conversion to a higher and better use. So you think about that, trying to get those returns. That's where they tend to be focused. So, conversion of grazing to cropping to irrigated cropping into permanent plantings and those sort of things. They're certainly where we're seeing a lot of that private equity capital playing at the moment. Opportunities that the Australian market's seeing at the moment, because we are, depending on the commodity, anywhere from probably 75 to 95% of it is exported, and we are positioned right next to a very large growing population in Asia generally. But the unrest that we're seeing, and a lot of these commodities that we're talking about are globally traded commodities. So as soon as there is some sort of pressure or something that happens within a supply chain, it can have a significant impact.
In the United States, we both rely on exports as well as imports for different parts of the food that we consume. And so understanding and being knowledgeable about those global dynamics of the supply chains and the value chain that we operate in is just critical for folks to keep in mind. In the world that we're living in, there's a lot of dynamics and a lot of scenarios that people need to be aware of when they're making these decisions, so that they're being eyes wide open to the types of opportunities that they'll face as well as the challenges along the way.
One of the things that we see the good investors doing is they really understand how that commodity cycle works. And they've got the patience and the ability to sit through those cycles and work through them and understand how the enterprise interacts with the commodity, the supply chain, weather, all those sorts of things. And the people that understand that, they're the people that we see as being really successful in investing in ag.